Hello, young explorers. Today, we're going on an exciting journey to a country filled with amazing people, beautiful landscapes, and fascinating stories. Welcome to South Africa. South Africa sits at the very bottom tip of the African continent, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet. It is often called the Rainbow Nation because it is home to so many different cultures, languages, and traditions, all living together in one incredible country. Let's start in one of its most famous cities, Johannesburg. Known as the City of Gold, Johannesburg began as a small mining town when gold was discovered there in the late 1800s. Today, it's the largest city in South Africa and a busy, modern place full of life and history. Speaking of gold, South Africa is also famous for another precious treasure, diamonds. Some of the world's biggest and most beautiful diamonds were found here, deep in the earth. The country's capital cities are quite special. Yes, cities in plural. South Africa actually has three capitals. Pretoria is where the president works and where government offices are located. Bloemfontein is known as the judicial capital, home to the country's top courts. And Cape Town, one of the most stunning cities in the world, is the legislative capital where the parliament meets. Cape Town sits between the ocean and a mountain called Table Mountain, which looks like a giant flat table rising above the city. Now, let's travel inland to the incredible Drakensberg Mountains. These towering peaks are covered in greenery and waterfalls and are home to ancient rock art painted by the San people, also known as the Bushmen. The Bushmen are some of the oldest known inhabitants of southern Africa. They lived as hunter-gatherers for thousands of years, leaving behind beautiful drawings that tell stories of animals, hunts, and daily life. South Africa's natural beauty doesn't stop there. In the northwest, you'll find the Kalahari Desert, a wide and sandy land that stretches into neighboring countries. Even though it's called a desert, the Kalahari isn't just dry sand. It has grass, bushes, and amazing wildlife. If you're lucky, you might see a springbok, a graceful antelope that can leap high into the air. The springbok is so special that it is also the symbol of South Africa's national rugby team. And speaking of rugby, South Africans are crazy about sports. Rugby, soccer, and cricket are the country's favorite games. In 1995, South Africa hosted and won the Rugby World Cup, a moment that brought the whole nation together. Years later, in 2010, South Africa made history again by hosting the FIFA World Cup, the first time it was ever held in Africa. The sound of cheering fans and the buzzing of vuvuzelas filled the stadiums and streets. Of course, we can't talk about South Africa without mentioning one of its greatest heroes, Nelson Mandela. Mandela spent 27 years in prison for fighting against apartheid, a system that unfairly separated people by race. When he was finally freed, he worked to unite the country and became South Africa's first black president in 1994. His courage and kindness inspired the world, and his legacy continues to shine brightly today. Let's take a trip to Durban next, a city on the East Coast famous for its warm beaches, delicious food, and strong Indian influence. South Africa's culture is a blend of many traditions, African, European, and Asian. And you can see that in its music, dance, languages, and food. One favorite South African tradition is a braai, which means barbecue. Families and friends gather around a fire to grill meat, share stories, and enjoy time together. It's more than just cooking. It's a celebration of togetherness. Before we end our journey, let's look at something that represents all of South Africa. Its flag. The flag is full of bright colors: red, blue, green, yellow, black, and white. Each color stands for the people and the history that make South Africa so unique. The Y shape in the middle symbolizes unity, many paths coming together as one. South Africa truly has it all: mountains and deserts, cities and wildlife, history and hope. It's a land where the past and future meet, where people of many backgrounds live together, and where every sunrise feels like a new beginning. Now, let's see how much you remember. Here are 10 questions to test your South Africa knowledge. 1. What nickname is Johannesburg known by? 2. How many capital cities does South Africa have, and can you name them? 3. What precious materials made South Africa famous around the world? 4. Who were the Bushmen, and what kind of art did they leave behind? 5. What is the Springbok, and what sport is it connected to? 6. Which mountain range is known for its beauty and ancient rock art? 7. Who was Nelson Mandela, and why is he important in South Africa's history? 8. What big sporting event did South Africa host in 2010? 9. What is a braai, and why is it special in South African culture? 10. What do the colors and the Y shape on the South African flag represent? And that's the end of our adventure. South Africa is a land full of stories, strength, and spirit, a place that shows how different people can come together to create something truly beautiful.